Соединенные Штаты Америки, Матео Мантелла, Италия и Адам Хайт, Австралия. Итак, с огромным удовольствием представляю вам бойцов. В черный угол ринга приглашается боец из Мексики Эдуардо НУНЕЗ Наварро.
So approaching the boxing ring is the formidable figure of Eduardo Nunez from Mexico. Comes to the ring with a 27-fight professional record. 26 wins, just one solitary loss, and all 26 of his wins coming inside the distance. Since his sole loss in his 11th contest, he has rattled off 16 wins in a row. And in every contest at which he has prevailed, he has yet to hear the final bell.
Боец из Таджикистана, Shavkatdzhon.
His opponent is from right here in Tajikistan, and that is Shavkatdzhon Rakhimov, 29 years of age. Back in a boxing ring for the first time since being outpointed by Joe Cordina in what was a Fight of the Year contender in April of last year, losing on a split decision over 12 pulsating rounds. And so here is Shavkatdzhon Rakhimov in another final eliminator as he bids to get back in contention for the world title that he lost in such a thrilling contest against the man from Cardiff. Shavkatdzhon Rakhimov fighting here on home soil as a professional for the first time tonight. As we continue with the pre-fight introductions.
Я с удовольствием представляю вам бойцов поединка. В черном углу ринга боец, которому 26 лет, рост составляет 168 сантиметров, вес 58 килограмм и 800 граммов. Его профессиональный рекорд 26 побед, 26 из которых нокаутом и только одно поражение. Друзья, встречайте, вот он, неудержимый и опасный из Мексики, Эдуардо НУНЕЗ Наварро. Представляю бойца в золотом углу ринга, бойцу 29 лет, рост составляет 174 сантиметра, вес 58 килограмм и 800 граммов. Его профессиональный рекорд составляет 17 побед, 14 из которых нокаутом, 1 поражение и 1 ничья. Он многократный чемпион Республики Таджикистан, финалист Кубка мира среди нефтяных стран, друзья, и внимание, экс-чемпион мира по версии IBA, Таджикистан встречает Shavkatdzhon Rakhimov. Рефери поединка МЕX.
So both men called to center ring by the referee for the final instructions.
Gentlemen, you received my instructions earlier. You both know what I expect. A clean fight, obey my commands, and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves for life.
What a contest we have in store as we take a look at the tail of the tape. The former champion Shavkatdzhon Rakhimov, 3 years older, got a 6-centimeter advantage in height, and both men scaling an identical 58.9 kilograms, 58.8 kilograms. The super featherweight limit in kilos is 58.9 or 130 pounds in old money.
Waiting for the doctor.
So Mark Nelson has just come over to our commentary position here, just awaiting the return of the doctor. The doctor sat right next to me ringside. And so, of course, all protocol has to be observed. And until the doctor returns, then both boxers have a little bit of a pregnant pause before answering the opening bell. So referee Mark Nelson just informing both corners as to the absence of the doctor. I'm not quite sure where she has gone to, because she's been here, sat right next to me all night. Her equipment still on the table. And once she returns, well, the opening bell can sound and we can get underway. But in the meantime, this is difficult for the boxers, because the tradition is that once they receive those final instructions, they go back to the respective corners, everybody else leaves the ring, and they just face off against one another. That is what the Clonus Cyclone, WBA super featherweight champion and International Boxing Hall of Famer Barry McGuigan called the moment that he simply couldn't replace once he retired from the boxing ring, what he called the moment of truth, when all of the training, the preparation, everything that has been endured during training camp will be put to the test. And so here is the doctor taking up her position. The opening gong has sounded and we are underway. 12 3-minute round in this final eliminator for the IBF super featherweight world title between the former champion Shavkat Rakhimov, operating out of the southpaw stance, wearing the Tajikistan flag colors of red and white and green, against a man in black trimmed with silver, and that is Eduardo Nunez. Eduardo Nunez with a 27-fight record, 26 fights, 26 wins. 27 fights, 26 wins, 26 of his wins coming inside the distance. Shavkat Rakhimov coming to the ring with a 19-fight record, 17 wins, just the one defeat on that split decision loss against Joe Cordina in Cardiff last year, and one draw against Jojo Diaz when he first fought for the IBF vacant super featherweight title. Title was vacant because Jojo Diaz missed weight, so the title was only on the line for Rakhimov, as he scores with a good southpaw left to the body. Been around both men during the build-up to this contest, and both are in confident mood. Was in the gymnasium this morning when both men stepped onto the scales. I'm pleased to say that they both made their check weight. In this 130-pound contest, neither boxer could weigh in at more than 140 pounds this morning, and they both made it, and that is why we have this contest here tonight. Oh, good right hand over the top. Right hand, such an effective antidote against the southpaw stance, and that is Nunez's Sunday punch. He has put men to sleep with that single shot. KO of the year contender when he took out Jesus Martin Seiko with a single right hand when he backed his man to the ropes. That is the type of dynamite power that he possesses. There's a good right hand catapulting off the strands once again. He kept the attack going, did Nunez, to score with arcing punches to the body. There he looks for a left hook and right hand through the middle, but Rakhimov showing his experience and composure, making his man miss, then spinning off the line to turn the tables and put his man on the ropes. Good southpaw left, followed by a right jab as Rakhimov over that front foot looking to back up Nunez. Nunez spinning off the line, fully committed to the right hand, but it was long after good head movement from Rakhimov. There's a lead southpaw right hook from Rakhimov. Left hand over the top. Ten-second clapper has sounded as Rakhimov continuing to bob and weave in the pocket, looking for a right hand to the body. He did find the range with a left hook to the body to end the attack, did Nunez. First round in the book. So some of the action from that opening round. Rakhimov able to pin Nunez to the ropes and enjoy some success. But there, Nunez changing angles beautifully to land with a 1-2 combination. But Rakhimov so accurate behind that southpaw lead right hand. So into the second round we go. Eduardo Nunez in his 28th professional contest, competing in his first scheduled 12-rounder tonight. He's been in 9 scheduled 10-rounders, but has scored 2 10th-round stoppages. When I asked him yesterday how he feels about the prospect of going the 12-round distance, he said that is no problem, and he's trained to go far further if necessary. Also put to that question which you often pose to punchers, what if the punch isn't enough? He said he's not just a puncher, he's a consummate boxer, and he intends to showcase that here tonight. But of course, if the opportunity to score the knockout comes, he's demonstrated that he takes it with cold, calculating efficiency. As Rakhimov looking to come forward behind his right jab, left hand to the body was repelled by Nunez. Nunez with a good right hand, and that's just disrupted the boxing stance of Rakhimov. Rakhimov backed over to the ropes and now looking to fight fire with fire. Nunez going head hunting, perhaps just a little bit shaken up as Rakhimov, terrific punch picking with that left uppercut. And that, well, notable from Nunez's point of view, because oftentimes when he has his man going like that, the fight is over. But not only was the fight not over, Rakhimov, as you'd expect from a former world champion, coming back with offense of his own, 2 beautifully picked southpaw left uppercuts, just keeping Nunez honest and ensuring that he didn't get greedy. Just beyond the halfway stage is beautiful boxing while spinning off the line from Shavkat Rakhimov, pinning Nunez momentarily to the ropes. As Rakhimov continuing to press. Left hand over the top from Rakhimov, not too far away. Nunez with a good right hand to the body after he made Rakhimov's uppercut right hook go over his head. So just under a minute remaining in this round, all reaching with that southpaw left was Rakhimov. And for a dynamite puncher, particularly with his right cross like Nunez, that could be meat and drink. He went looking for it but couldn't find the range. Left hook off the mark from Nunez. Good left-right combination, a reverse 1-2 from Rakhimov. Both men firing in left hooks. Rakhimov's was to the body, Nunez is to the head. Nunez, good left hook shovel beneath the right elbow of the former champion. Good left hook once again from Nunez, who's then countered with a left hand over the top from Rakhimov out of his southpaw stance. As Rakhimov jitterbugging his way forward, bobbing and weaving as he makes his way into range. Heads almost came together, but it was a southpaw left that landed from the former champion, and a left cross is a peach of a punch from Rakhimov just before the bell to conclude round number 2. My goodness, this is a contest of high skill in this final eliminator for the IBF super featherweight world title. Some of the action from that opening round. Terrific roundhouse right that put Rakhimov on unsteady legs, but not only did he weather the storm, he came back with effective offense of his own in the form of left uppercuts and then reverse 1-2s out of that southpaw stance. So the heads almost came together, but left hand success for Shavkat Rakhimov. So into the third round then, this one's scheduled for 12. Shavkat Rakhimov, the first boxer from Tajikistan to win a widely recognized world title. Nunez boxing off the ropes, terrific use of that lead left hand, snapping it out like a trip hammer. But then Rakhimov quickening his feet and spearing away with that southpaw left cross. Holding his ground in center ring is Nunez, and just plants his feet and shoots in a looping long left hook. Action just above our commentary position here ringside. Nunez content to bob and weave in the strands before skipping off clockwise to his left, away from the southpaw backhand of Rakhimov. Rakhimov with 14 of his 17 wins coming inside the distance. Remember, he had to get off the floor against Zelfa Barrett to claim the vacant title, dropping Zelfa Barrett twice in the 9th round, prompting the towel to come in from Zelfa's uncle and trainer, former European champion and world title challenger, the self-proclaimed Black Flash, Pat Barrett out of Manchester. That is how he claimed the title, and that title became vacant because Joe Cordina, after that stunning KO of Kenichi Ogawa in his home city of Cardiff, damaged his hand and so was unable to make a defense. He felt hard done by. Title was vacant. It was won by Shavkat Rakhimov, and Rakhimov's first defense was against Joe Cordina in Cardiff last April. Joe Cordina sending Rakhimov to the canvas in the 2nd round, but Rakhimov storming back, and it was Cordina who ended up regaining the title on a split decision. So that is the game of almost fistic musical chairs we have had around the IBF strap. And that is how these two men find themselves in a final eliminator to face off against Joe Cordina. He was supposed to be fighting, but he's now going to be fighting in May to defend that title as Rakhimov, accurate with that southpaw left once again. Good left jab and then right hand over the top from Nunez. The left jab was to the body. As again, Rakhimov making his man miss by bobbing and weaving while in punching range, but there's an accurate right hand down the pipe, but a terrifically crisp southpaw left shot down the middle from Shavkat Rakhimov. As Rakhimov goes in search of the southpaw left cross once again. Bad intentions behind those hooks being fired out by Nunez, but he's been inaccurate. Some of them he didn't fully commit to, but Rakhimov, front foot pressure being applied and remaining in the wheelhouse of the KO artist. There's a southpaw right hook from Rakhimov as Nunez backed up into the gold corner on the 10-second clapper. Straight punches being let fly by Rakhimov. Left hook while spinning out of the corner from Nunez. Terrific action in that 3rd round. My goodness, the skill on evidence is admirable from both of these boxers. All calm in both corners. Now petroleum jelly being applied to aid the punchers to slip off. See some punchers who really get that corkscrew twist into the shots. And when that leather twists on the skin, it can often cause an injury, exacerbate a cut. But with the application of petroleum jelly, that designed to help aid the punchers slip off and reduce their gripping effect. So into the 4th round then. It has been terrific two-way action so far. Shavkat Rakhimov invariably over the front foot. There he scored with the southpaw left cross once again. And look how he makes Nunez miss. And Nunez, full-blooded hooks being fired out. You can see he's a muscular operator. And I just wonder to what extent that will drain the tank in the event that he keeps being inaccurate with his work, as Rakhimov pins Nunez just above our commentary position and scores with combination success. Terrific volume from Rakhimov. Howitzer of a right hook from Nunez. Good left hook to the body landed by the man from Mexico. As the action in the middle of the boxing ring, the two men just on the edge of range. Good two-shot combination from Nunez, followed by a left hook to check the chin of Rakhimov. But Rakhimov, at yesterday's weigh-in, oh, there's a good right hand again from Nunez, but Rakhimov took it well. The stare down between the two boxers at the conclusion of the weigh-in was intense, and he ran his thumb across his throat. Did Rakhimov, just looking to get inside the mind of Nunez, but this one being fought in a terrific spirit so far. Both men enjoying success during the previous passage of the round. As Nunez trying to hold his ground, comes forward behind a right cross, left hook. Good left hook to the body, seemed to hurt Rakhimov from NUNEZ, and that is why he's keen to initiate a clinch. He clamped his elbow to his torso just to allow the pain from that body shot to subside. Has NUNEZ recognized that as he gets over the front foot? Left hand is a scoring shot to the body of the straight variety from Rakhimov, but NUNEZ back on the front foot once again and slamming in hooks to the torso of the man from Tajikistan. And look at how Rakhimov is being doubled over, but still demonstrating the toughness to let his hands go despite the discomfort he must be feeling after absorbing these muscular body shots from NUNEZ. 40 seconds and change remaining in this fourth round. It's been a very good round for Eduardo NUNEZ, and a counter right hook followed by a left is a beautiful combination from NUNEZ, making the man from Tajikistan miss before making him pay with a hard two-shot salvo. Looking for the left hand to the body is Rakhimov. And there's a good left hand landed by Rakhimov. As NUNEZ was content to retreat to the ropes, he came fully square, presenting a full-size target to the former champion, and he accurately picked a southpaw left which swiveled his head. 10-second clapper has sounded, and the two men exchanging punches at close range. Hooks and uppercuts being fired in by both boxers, and they've continued to fight through the bell. So Mark Nelson finally separates the two. A terrific round of boxing where NUNEZ seemingly hurt Shavkat Rakhimov down to the body, but he weathered the storm, did the former champion, and came back firing in the closing stages of the round. Here's the southpaw left. That has been a really accurate weapon from Rakhimov. And there, that one in the closing stages of the round, after NUNEZ voluntarily retreated to the ropes. That replay sequence perhaps not indicating or illustrating the successes that the man in the other corner enjoyed, because Eduardo NUNEZ had some terrific success with some hard combination punches to both head and body during the course of that fourth round. So into the fifth round we go then. Mention the fact that this is the first contest for Shavkat Rakhimov since losing his world title to Joe Cordina last April. As for Eduardo NUNEZ, he was last in the ring just 3.5 months ago in October of last year. Bringing all of that activity in the ring as he takes a southpaw left over the top but scores with a right hand to the body. Eduardo NUNEZ goes by the nickname of Sugar, as three-shot combination saw the first left uppercut get through out of the southpaw stance. And you see how Rakhimov shakes that lead right hand. Oftentimes I wonder whether he's injured the right hand, but I think it's just an idiosyncratic tick of his boxing to keep those wrists relaxed, because he's certainly no drop-off in the usage rate of his lead right hand, despite the fact that he shakes it continually as we go through a contest. Good shot to the body as NUNEZ continuing to operate on the perimeter of the boxing ring. This is where Rakhimov has enjoyed success in previous rounds, and he does so right on cue again. Left hand to the body, and then a left hook from NUNEZ caused the boxing stance of Rakhimov to become disorganized. Looked as though he took it on the bicep or the elbow, but again he's holding on desperately to NUNEZ's left hand, suggesting that he was hurt downstairs to the body once again, as NUNEZ looks to target him to the right side of his torso once more. Good right hand slung into the body, and then a left hook to the body, which again causes Rakhimov to wilt. He's spinning off the line, dancing in the center of the boxing ring, breathing through an open mouth, as is NUNEZ. But remember, no stranger to the championship distances. Good work to the body, and then a Howlitzer of a left hook upstairs from NUNEZ, whose feet momentarily found him in the southpaw stance, and he's finding a home for his right hand to the body and left hook to the chin is Eduardo NUNEZ. But now he's got his composure back together as Shavkat Rakhimov, and he is accommodating Eduardo Nunez in torrid two-way action. He's shoveling in punches just above the belt line of the man from Mexico. Toe-to-toe action in the space of center ring. Getting the better of the exchange with two shots to the body and a left hook to the chin is Nunez. And Rakhimov just seemingly taking a breather, and that's allowing Nunez to make hay as another wicked left hook slammed into the right side of Shavkat Rakhimov. He's backing off. He's not looking to engage, and he's been hurt to the body this time by a right hand. Wicked body punching being demonstrated by Eduardo Nunez, and a right hand swivels the head of Shavkat Rakhimov. This is a really difficult passage of the round that he's enduring here. His back pinned to the ropes near the neutral corner, just above our commentary position. He gamely gets himself back to the space of center ring, but coming on in torrid fashion is Eduardo Nunez, and as the bell sounded, it's barely audible here at the Dushanbe tennis courts and water sport complex, but Nunez fixed Shavkat Rakhimov with an intense glare right into his eyes, seemingly asking at the same time, how are you feeling? But also, what on earth is keeping you up? Because he was hit with some sledgehammer punches to both head and body, and he has made it out of the round and back to the sanctuary of his gold corner on this near side of the ring to our commentary position. What a round produced by this man. Eduardo Nunez from Mexico showing no nerves whatsoever in this his first fight away from home. And that was an absolutely brilliant round of hurtful body punching in particular, produced by the man from Mexico. So into the sixth round then, and the momentum, for my money, is with Eduardo Nunez. Goes by the nickname Sugar. And if you think of boxers who have entered the ring with that moniker over the years, they often tend to be slicksters. Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Shane Mosley. This man, anything but. And that's not to suggest that he's crude, but my goodness, he is a heavy-handed box slugger fighter. And he has demonstrated that quality over the previous couple of rounds. Shavkat Rakhimov was really slowed up during the course of the fifth. Has the minute interval been enough for his energy levels to recover? There he catches Nunez as he's retreating with a single shot. And Nunez just taking his foot off the gas for this portion of the round. There's a beautifully picked southpaw left from Shavkat Rakhimov. Approaching a minute 20 gone. Is looking for a left hand to the body, but catching Rakhimov with a right hook while he was on the ropes was Nunez. And Nunez did put an awful lot into the previous round, perhaps taking a bit of a breather. And that will be welcome respite from Shavkat Rakhimov's point of view. And as I say that, Nunez comes barreling forwards once again. Rakhimov remaining defensively responsible. Right hand is what was fired in from Nunez. Right hook was off the mark and so it was countered by a rapier sharp southpaw left cross from Shavkat Rakhimov, who is up on his toes now and moving in dynamic fluid fashion around the space of the boxing ring. Roundhouse right was a short shot over the top, then hard punches slung into the body from Nunez. There was a chin checker of a left hook a few moments ago, followed by more body attack success, then a right hand upstairs. Jabbing his way off the ropes is Shavkat Rakhimov, but a good portion of the round for Sugar from Mexico. So Nunez looking to quicken his feet and cut off the ring as he scored down to the body, then a left hook uppercut to the head, followed by a left hook to the body, and it's more body attack success again as Rakhimov trying to tuck up. He fires off the ropes with a southpaw left and then a southpaw right jab. But his punches appearing to be less potent as he takes another right hand over the top that causes him to back up near the ropes, near the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. So Nunez continuing the momentum that he's established in the previous couple of rounds. straight shots ended by a right hook from Shavkat Rakhimov. Back to his corner with a spring in his step. He's Eduardo Nunez. Effectively picked southpaw left from Shavkat Rakhimov. There was a short right hand over the top. Nunez kept that attack going and had further success to both head and body. Six rounds completed, a potential 6 rounds to go in this final eliminator for the IBF super featherweight world title. Right hand over the top from Eduardo Nunez. Nunez fighting in his first scheduled 12-rounder tonight. Made his debut in September of 2015 in Mexico. This is his first fight outside of Mexico. But my goodness, he's dealing with not only the occasion and but the reputation and ability of the man in front of him very well indeed. There's a southpaw left uppercut from Rakhimov. For my money, I think the momentum is with the man from Mexico, but Rakhimov showing his class once again, spinning off counterclockwise to his right and getting his foot outside the lead foot of the orthodox boxer Nunez and having success with that right hand. Nunez back in pursuit, having success but made to miss with his final attempted shot. Left hook to the body once more from Nunez, as Rakhimov is doing an outstanding job re-establishing his movement on the back foot, spinning off the line beautifully, almost leaving Nunez chasing shadows during that previous passage of the round. And what a recovery of energy levels from Shavkat Rakhimov, because for the previous 3 rounds he was hurt repeatedly to the body, but like the former champion he is able to get on his toes. But now Nunez has got him pinned in the neutral corner near the far side of the ring and is continuing to blast muscular body punches in once again. Rakhimov claims his man, looks to walk him back across the space of center ring. Referee Mark Nelson prizes the 2 men apart. Good right hand landed by Nunez once more, who has quickened his feet while stalking his man. Action directly above our commentary position here ringside. Approaching 2 minutes gone in the round. Double right hand success from Nunez, who is varying his power beautifully as he is his shot selection, scoring repeatedly to both body and head. There's a short chopping right hand over the top. Came back up as though was shaping to throw a left hook, and right on cue there is the left hook behind the right elbow of Rakhimov. So this one's shaping up into a round of 2 halves, because for the first half of the round there was beautiful counterclockwise movement to the right of the southpaw former champion, but in the second half of the round Nunez is making Rakhimov hold his feet, dragging him into toe-to-toe exchanges where his heavy-handed artillery is wreaking serious havoc. And now Rakhimov with a burst of punches, scoring through the middle and around the corner with hooks and uppercuts. Nunez responds with a successful attack of his own. He looks for a right cross over the top, which wasn't too far away. That left hook was right on the money. Didn't set it up with a jab, as Nunez just backs off beyond the edge of range. Long bridging his man with the lead left jab. Slings in a hard right uppercut to the body. Referee Mark Nelson on hand to intervene because the bell is imminent. Beautiful southpaw left right on the bell concludes the exchange. What a round of boxing. Shavkat Rakhimov with beautiful movement in the first half of the round. And then Eduardo Nunez getting back into it with his grim front foot pressure, targeting both body and head. Very close round of boxing, which was split into 2 distinct acts. Some of the action from the round. This is where Nunez was able to get Rakhimov to hold his feet. But remember, the first half of the round, it was the movement of Rakhimov that was notable. But so many great boxers down the years make a note of ending the round in strong fashion. Not suggesting that Nunez is looking to nick it, but he certainly produced a strong conclusion to that stanza there. So into round 8 then. Nunez out over the front foot. Rakhimov moving clockwise to his left. Could be walking onto that vaunted right cross of Eduardo Nunez, who has spread his legs wide and he's digging away to the body. Rakhimov pinned to the ropes, but catapults off the strands to score with a good left cross. But Nunez will not be discouraged nor deterred in his keeping. Rakhimov pinned against the strands and looking to quarry away to the body once more. Rakhimov has his chin checked, but then scores with a two-shot salvo with his own upstairs. Terrific boxing off the ropes and indeed off the back foot, but Nunez steps back into the breach once more and has more success with arcing punches at mid-range. Rakhimov off the ropes with a left uppercut and then keeps the attack going and causes Nunez to take a rare backward step as the crowd dial up the decibel level to maximum because Shavkat Rakhimov is backing up the man from Mexico. Now the man from Mexico holding his feet, and it's resulting in a torrid two-way exchange right on top of the logo at center ring. This is terrific action, both men enjoying success, and this contest taking on an attritional quality now. So referee Mark Nelson just indicating to Shavkat Rakhimov's corner that they're going to have to address the binding on his gloves because it's coming loose. Eduardo Nunez momentarily stopped his pressure, but now has got back into punching range once again. Good left uppercut off the ropes from Rakhimov, but then shoveling punches downstairs in non-stop fashion is Eduardo Nunez. Rakhimov with his back pinned against the ropes. The shoulders of Eduardo Nunez keeping him pinned there. On the resumption, left hook to the body, right hand over the top, turned into 3 successive right hands as Nunez continuing to press. Rakhimov finds his back against the ropes once again. Uppercut through the middle from Nunez, and then a left hook from Nunez as Rakhimov looking to score through the middle. He does so with a 2-shot combination and then makes it 2 straight shots at mid-range. Inside the final minute of what is becoming a boxing match that is being conducted in the confines of a phone booth here. In the space of center ring or on the ropes, neither man looking to give ground as they continue to stand toe-to-toe with one another in search of their own offensive success. Rakhimov with a 4-shot combination. Nunez continuing to press. More success at mid-range from Rakhimov. Nunez backing up momentarily before planting his feet back into the canvas once again and looking to hold his ground. Good double right hand to the body, but look at the response from Shavkat Rakhimov. 10-second clapper, barely audible. Good right hand over the top, landed from Eduardo Nunez. Rakhimov ending the round with the final word. Success to both head and body. My goodness, this is absolutely brilliant boxing being produced by both men, each enjoying success in their own preferred territory. But Nunez with some seriously heavy artillery for significant portions of that round. His work to the body particularly notable, but Shavkat Rakhimov in the contest every second of the way, and on occasion including that final action from the round, causing Nunez to back up. Very, very close rounds in the last couple of stanzas. So into the 9th round then. And the action picking up where it left off to conclude round number 8, and it's Shavkat Rakhimov out at a brisk pace to begin this 9th round. Aware of that is Eduardo Nunez, and he just backing up Shavkat Rakhimov towards his own corner, looking to keep him pinned against the ropes with his attack. But look at that footwork and ring generalship from Shavkat Rakhimov, who's able to spin out of the corner back to the space of center ring as the two men lock horns at close range, forcing the intervention of referee Mark Nelson. And again, left hook, right uppercut from Nunez before hook successes and counters from Rakhimov. This is back and forth, give and take boxing, and it's anything but a free swing up. But Nunez, his punch output is remarkable for a man so muscular. Non-stop punching to both head and body. Rakhimov showing moments of quality, but he's spending a fair amount of time trying to keep this rampaging front foot brawler from Mexico at bay. And as he walked him back across the ring, the deadlock was broken by a right hand over the top from Nunez, but back comes Rakhimov with a burst of punches at mid-range. Good work to the body downstairs from Nunez, and Nunez pinning Rakhimov to the ropes once again. Rakhimov keeping his wits about him, looking to fire back, but spending an awful lot of time covering up. There he does answer, but Eduardo Nunez unrelenting with his attack. That prompts a response from Rakhimov. Catapults himself off the ropes, get back to the space of the ring, only to be bulldozed back there once more. Beautiful body punching being demonstrated by Eduardo Nunez, and look at that, right on the resumption, right hand to the body, left hook to the head, hooks, uppercuts, all crashing home at mid-range and short range. But Rakhimov fights his way off the strands, forces Nunez to back up momentarily, but Nunez bites down, plants his feet once more as Rakhimov walks him back towards his own corner. Good left hook to the body, landed by Nunez as the heads came together. Nice movement with the feet from Rakhimov. Considerable swelling over the bridge of his nose. It's a rugged physical affair, this one, deep into the 9th round. Oh, good right hand landed, followed by a left hook from Nunez. Rakhimov responds, but then Nunez looks to counter. Rakhimov backing him up, walking him across the ring. 10-second clapper has sounded, closing seconds of this 9th round. Right hand over the top, and then a left hook from Nunez seemingly shook Rakhimov right down to his boots, and then shots after the bell fired by Rakhimov. Nunez took them well, held out both hands as if to say, hold on my man, did you not hear the bell? But the work rate of Eduardo Nunez cannot be discounted. Shavkat Rakhimov always in the contest, but is he being outworked through 9 completed rounds? This is an example of the industry being demonstrated by Eduardo Nunez, and you can see during this exchange Rakhimov firing back, but you're often left with the impression that the busier boxer and the man getting the better of the trade-offs is Eduardo Nunez. But the southpaw skills of Shavkat Rakhimov cannot be discounted. There's a close-up of that prominent swelling protruding above the bridge of the nose of Shavkat Rakhimov. So we move into the 10th round. Shavkat Rakhimov right back into the breach and penetrating the defenses of the former champion once more. Rakhimov trying to fend him off, but Nunez has the sense that this is his contest here tonight and continues to plow his way forwards. Right hand not too far away as Rakhimov looking to box off the strands once more. There he gets off the ropes and back to the space of center ring. So brief intervention by the referee, but it's the familiar pattern resuming once more, looking to walk his way in the front door and shovel punches down low is Eduardo Nunez. Beautiful work to the body once again from the man from Mexico. Left hook landed during that trade-off, but Rakhimov fighting his way off the ropes, now back to the space of center ring. With Rakhimov backed up to just above our commentary position. Referee Mark Nelson again intimating to the gold corner, gold and black corners in attendance here tonight on this IBA Champions Night of Boxing, that they're going to have to fix the binding on Rakhimov's glove, but right now he's got to get busy with his gloves, because really planting his feet into the canvas and swinging for the fences is Eduardo NUNEZ. The shot's being blocked by the arms and gloves on occasion of Shavkat Rakhimov, but these are bludgeoning blows being thundered in by the man from Mexico. It was almost as though he was trying to plow a trench into the canvas of the boxing ring, and the referee calling time to get this binding on the left glove of Rakhimov addressed. And dare I say it, this respite, even though it's the same for both boxers, perhaps a welcome one for Rakhimov. NUNEZ, he'll benefit from the rest as well, sprints his way back into punching range. Rakhimov countering during this portion of the round. Oh, that's a terrific two-shot salvo to the head as Rakhimov continues to be backed up, and the shots having an increasingly pronounced effect now, seemingly on the former champion. Head swiveling further, backed up to the ropes more incessantly, still keeping his wits about him to the extent that he can spin back to the space of center ring, but he finds NUNEZ on his chest once again like cough medicine, all up in his grill, and continuing to bang away to both head and body. Terrific work from Eduardo NUNEZ. Piston punching hurricane is the man from Mexico, as he's looking to outwork and indeed overwhelm Rakhimov, who lets his hands go, but it's only a two-shot salvo in response to the fusillade of punches that he was subjected to both head and body from NUNEZ. Big swing and a miss with the right hand from NUNEZ, but now altogether more accurate as he's lessened the power and increased the volume, letting his hands go. Rakhimov trying to fire away with his southpaw left hand. Right hand around the corner from NUNEZ as the two men continue toe-to-toe right up until the conclusion of the round. Well, what a round produced by this man, cutting a composed figure over in that black corner. As we see some of the action from round number 10. There's Rakhimov looking to rally, but look at the response that it elicits from Eduardo NUNEZ. And this is where he really began to plant his feet into the canvas and swing away with punches from both flanks. Well, I think this man is trailing on the cards here, and the momentum is certainly with Eduardo NUNEZ, but how will the three scoring judges see it as we prepare to enter the championship rounds? So into the championship round we go, and this represents brand new uncharted territory for Eduardo NUNEZ. But my goodness, look at the energy that he's bringing to the proceedings as he's got Rakhimov pinned near his own corner. He's got to show the referee something, and Eduardo NUNEZ, with an unrelenting flurry to begin round number 11, has stopped Shavkat Rakhimov to produce an inside the distance victory in this final eliminator for the IBF Super Featherweight World title. It is Eduardo NUNEZ who has prevailed, extending his perfect record at the expense of Shavkat Rakhimov. And in a bitter twist of irony, in his first contest here on home soil in Tajikistan, Shavkat Rakhimov is stopped for the first time in his professional career. It was a blistering performance produced by Eduardo NUNEZ, and right in the eye line of referee Mark Nelson. Once NUNEZ had his man going, well, he let his punches go in unrelenting fashion. He is absolutely ecstatic, as are his corner team, and we cannot overstate what an impressive victory this is for Eduardo Sugar NUNEZ. His first fight away from home, his first scheduled 12-rounder into the championship round for the first time, and he got his man going, and once he did so, he was absolutely and utterly relentless. Eduardo NUNEZ, the winner by an 11th round TKO. Shavkat Rakhimov consigned to his second consecutive professional loss, and that means that it will be this man who is now the mandatory challenger for the IBF super featherweight world title, currently held by Cardiff's Joe Cordina. But Joe Cordina, well, he has an obligation forthcoming, of course. That's likely to be on the undercard of Tyson Fury against Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. But in the gold corner, bitter disappointment being experienced by Shavkatdzhon. It was a spirited effort by the former champion. You would expect nothing less. But against their heavy-handed box puncher from Mexico, well, the success that he was enjoying in earlier rounds was becoming less and less and less. And just like a juggernaut, once he got the momentum in his favor, Eduardo Nunez was impossible to deter, discourage, or indeed stop. Let's get the official particulars to declare this man the victor.
И прямо сейчас мы готовы объявить этого долгожданного победителя. Итак, техническим нокаутом победу в этом бою одерживает боец из черного угла ринга. Мексика, Eduardo Nunez.
It's a sweet victory indeed for Eduardo Sugar Nunez. A winner by 11th round TKO over the former champion Shavkatdzhon. The biggest win of his career, going further than he has ever gone previously in his professional career. But the man from Mexico has just prevailed in this final eliminator for the IBF super featherweight world title. Bitter disappointment for Shavkatdzhon in front of his home fans here in Tajikistan. But Eduardo Nunez now with an opportunity to emulate the men who have preceded him from Mexico in the super featherweight division. And what a roll call of honor it is. Remember, super featherweight, not one of the original 8 weight classes, so it's often a stepping stone for the legendary featherweights. But you've got men like Bobby Chachan, Rafael Bazooka Limon, Julio Cesar Chavez, Gabe Rules, Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez. The list goes on and on and on of Mexican greats who have held world title honors in the 130-pound super featherweight division. And given his blistering punch-picking performance tonight, where he was detonating bombs from both hands from the middle point of round 4, well, Eduardo Nunez has an opportunity to emulate the accomplishments of his magnificent Mexican countrymen. He's prevailed in the final eliminator. He'll face off against the champion in what he hopes will be his next fight. And that is how he got it done. And that is what victory meant to the man who makes it